In this video, we will take a look at how do you multiply polynomials, part 3, and part 3 is going to focus on geometry. So we're going to take a look at some areas and some perimeters here. So write an expression for the rectangle's area. Remember that area is the space inside the rectangle, so that's what we're going to find. And we find that area, as you should remember, by taking the area is equal to the length of the rectangle times the width of the rectangle. So here we can substitute in our values for length and width, and they are expressions in this particular case. So we will have the area is equal to 3x plus 10 times negative 9x minus 7. We can then use our distributive property here, and we have 3x times negative 9x is negative 27x squared. 3x times negative 7 is negative 21x. 10 times negative 9x is negative 90x. And 10 times negative 7 is negative 70. And then we can combine our like terms in the middle here, because negative 21x and negative 90x are like terms. So we come up with a final expression here of negative 27x squared minus 111x minus 70. Let's take a look at finding an expression to represent this rectangle's perimeter. You should remember that perimeter is when we add up all the sides. So remember about rectangles that the sides that are opposite one another are congruent. So we can actually fill in the values for our unmarked sides here. And then we can write an expression that adds up all of those sides to give us our perimeter. So notice first we put the 3x plus 10 plus the 3x plus 10 plus negative 9x minus 7 plus negative 9x minus 7. So let's take a look at simplifying this, and we're just going to focus on 2 parentheses at a time. So 3x plus 3x gives us the 6x, and 10 plus 10 gives us 20. So here we get our 6x here. So 3 plus 3 is 6, and 10 plus 10 is 20. Then we get negative 9x plus negative 9x, which gives us our negative 18x, as you can see here. And then the negative 7 plus a negative 7 gives us the negative 14 right here. We can then combine our like terms, so 6x minus 18x is negative 12x, and 20 minus 14 is 6. So our final expression for the rectangle's perimeter is negative 12x plus 6. Write an expression for the shaded area. So here we have a lot going on. Okay, so let's take a look at the steps that we would need to do. So imagine that this is like a large rectangle, and we've cut out the center of it, kind of like a picture frame. So our first step is going to be to find the area of the big rectangle. So the area of the big rectangle. And then we'll find the area of the little rectangle. So this is our area of the little rectangle, and then we can subtract big minus little. So if we take the big rectangle and subtract the area of this little rectangle that's cut out, we will have the area of what is left. So big minus little gives us the area that we have left. So step 1 is going to be to find the area of the big rectangle. So we have big area is equal to the length times the width, so x plus 5 times 7x minus 4. And when we multiply these, we take the x times the 7x, which gets us 7x squared. X times negative 4 gets us negative 4x. 5 times 7x gets us 35x, and then 5 times negative 4 gets us our negative 20. And when we combine our like terms, this becomes 7x squared plus 31x minus 20. Our next step is to find the area of the little rectangle. So now we're looking for the area of the little rectangle. And that area, our little area, is going to again be equal to the product of the length times the width. So we have negative 3x times 6x minus 8. And when we distribute a monomial, this is actually a little bit simpler than finding the area of the big rectangle. So we take the negative 3x times the 6x, which gets us a negative 18x squared, and then we take negative 3x times negative 8, which gives us a positive 24x. But we're not done yet. Okay, we still need to find the area of just the shaded region. And in order to do that, we're going to take the big area and we're going to subtract the little area. So the expression for that is going to look like, so our big area minus our little area, and that expression is going to look like 7x squared plus 31x minus 20, that whole quantity. And then we're going to subtract the whole quantity of the little area, which is negative 18x squared plus 24x. And when we do this, we want to distribute this negative through to the second set of parentheses. So that will make this become 7x squared plus 31x minus 20. Nothing from the first parentheses changes. Notice that we have negative times a negative 18x squared, and a negative times a negative gets us this positive, so plus 18x squared. And then negative times a positive gets us a negative, so we're going to subtract 24x. Then we can work with our like terms here, so 7x squared plus 18x squared is 25x squared. 31x minus 24x is our 7x, and then this negative 20, that's by itself, it has nothing to combine with, so we're just going to bring it down right here. So that is how we find the area, an expression for the shaded area of a figure.